Hello? Oh, no. No, shh. Oh, son of a... Shh. Yes, there we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to Saturday Morning DOOGER. How's it going, y'all? I'm going to be pretty strict about when we end today because we've decided to go on a picnic. And I'm very excited because I love me a picnic. A picnic, yes. I love me a picnic. Also, I need you to not judge. Hi. You might notice, any of you who were here yesterday, you might be thinking to yourself, weird, Dodger looks identical to how she looked yesterday. Do you want to know why? It's because I haven't really slept. My kid just started raucously laughing. Fuck you, Clark. You don't know what it's like on Friday nights for me. I'm kidding, Clarky. You were a means to an end for a goof. I love you. Loopy Dodger is the best Dodger. So yeah, what's up? So for those of you who don't know, on Friday nights I do Callous Row, which starts at 2 a.m. my time and it goes until 6 a.m. Yeah, so yesterday I actually did sleep a little. So I around like 11 o'clock, I managed to fall asleep. Fell asleep until 1 o'clock, which is when mandatory meeting time is. So I got 2 hours of sleep, but I slept in my clothes, right? And then did Callous Row. And then literally just like flopped onto the bed, again, just in all of my clothes. Fell asleep for like half an hour and then Clark walked in. So that's where we're at today. Ooh, baby. But Callous Row was very fun yesterday because a bunch of new people are in now. There's a new wave of people. I was like, oh, I'm no longer the baby in Undercity. There are lots of new people here. Wild. Here she comes. I told her to get daddy, though, so hopefully. Oh, we're washing it, honey. We couldn't wash it, so now we couldn't find it, so now we're gonna wash it, okay?
Can I still find it?
No. Can you go get daddy, honey? To help you out?
Let's go find it.
Okay. Hey, come here for a sec. Cracky, come here.
Okay?
Okay.
Why don't I have to come here?
Because your skirt was falling down a bit. This is Clarky. Clarky Worky, my child. Hi.
No, I'm you.
Oh, just kidding. She's baby Mew Mew today. You're right. My bad. Be careful. This chair likes to break sometimes. Don't put too much pressure on it, okay? There we go. Good job. It's gotten so big. I know. What are you doing? Can you go get daddy, honey? Clarky, listen. Can you go get daddy? Thank you.
Can I take some guys with me?
Sure. Why not? Yep, we're good. Go for it. Yep, stand up. Thank you.
Your hair is in my face.
There you go.
Taking this to my grandma.
Mew Mew from Undertale? No. Mew Mew from Baby Bus. Any of you who have kids. Gotta get enough rest for tonight to kick Sam's butt in It Takes Two. Yeah, we're gonna play more It Takes Two tonight. We were gonna do it Thursday night, but Sam was still in a lot of pain. He's still in a lot of pain, to be honest. It's like really difficult for him to sleep. But we decided to play more of it tonight. So that's the plan. We'll be doing this little stream and then another stream tonight. So did she take dice? She did. She took all of the orange dice, I'm noticing. She left all the blue dice behind. She's so vocal. Oh, very. She talks all the time. It's great. What happened to Sam? So Sam is just in this really good spiral of shit just going wrong over and over. So first it was his collarbone. He broke his collarbone a long time ago, and so it like kind of gets out of alignment sometimes. So something happened with his collarbone, and then he was kind of overcompensating for the collarbone, and also his chair wasn't supporting him very well, and his whole back started to hurt really, really badly. So his collarbone was hurting, which made all of this arm hurt, and then all of his back started to hurt really, like, badly enough that it was difficult for him to sit for very long at all. And then he pulled some, apparently we went to ER, and they did all kinds of heart tests and stuff, and they said, looks like what happened is, because he was having, like, really awful heart pain. And so they said that he probably pulled muscles that are next to his diaphragm, and so every time he breathes in, he's pressing up against those muscles, and it's like shooting pain up through his body. So every time he goes to bed, it's like can't sleep on his side because that hurts his chest. Sleeping on his back hurts his back. Like, he just can't get comfortable. It takes him forever. Yeah. So yesterday morning he was laying in bed and Clark had come in, and so we were like, okay, let's say goodnight to Daddy. Bye-bye. Have a good sleep, Daddy. Love you. Let's start our day. And we started to walk out, and Sam just goes, what is happening to me? He's just laying in bed just like, what is this? Getting old. We're in our 30s. We're not even halfway, man. Don't lie to yourself. 30s is ancient. 30s isn't old. Old is a state of mind, especially in your 30s. You drinking from a mason jar? No, pretty much anything glass that comes into this house, I keep. I wash it out and I keep it. So this is a pasta jar. It's the crow mind. So it's funny. Somebody in our Discord put a thing about that in the media channel, I think. And I sent it to Jeannie because Jeannie and I are both like glass hoarders. I was like, it's us. It is a Lloyd Grossman jar. Look at you. You know your glass. Pandemic erased the last 2 years. We're not 30 yet. Oh. Maybe you aren't. Even taking away a couple years, I'm still in my 30s. And I'm fine with that. I love it. Oh my gosh. How old am I going to be this year? 34? Fuck yeah. We're getting there. I was so excited to hit 40. No, I was so excited to hit 30, and now I'm really excited to hit 40. What is she doing? Clarky.
I need to piss.
Okay. Okay. 1 second. Hi, welcome back. She wasn't having a meltdown. She's just like, so she was so, that skirt that she was wearing, she loves. And it was finally clean again. And she was like, I'm so jazzed. I'm going to wear that skirt. But she had a little accident, which is why she came in being like, I need to pee, right? She had a little accident. So I was like, I'm sorry, honey, we have to wash this again. And she was like, no. And she was like, can I have another skirt? And I was like, oh my God, I don't know if we even have another skirt. And I was like, you could wear a dress maybe? She was like, no. So it was a lot of that. It was a lot of that. Sometimes your kids have a favorite something something and they get really sad when it needs to get washed. So time to get a double of that skirt. It's a 2 times hand me down. I don't even know if that skirt still exists anywhere. So that's fine. Is there something in particular about being 40 that you're looking forward to? No. 30 I was excited for because it's like the older side of young. It's like, oh, finally. I'll have some like real chutzpah when somebody talks to me like I'm a child. And be like, I'm in my 30s, thank you very much. I like that. I do enjoy that. When I'm 40, though, compounded. If I still look even remotely like this and somebody tries to talk down to me and I get to say, fuck you, I'm 40, that'll keep me going for years. Yeah, 40 will be the younger side of old. Yeah. Very excited. Oh, I've seen you on a bunch of stuff as a guest. You seemed like a fun gal, so here I am. Well, welcome. Thanks for hanging out. Go get daddy, honey. Go get daddy. She's trying to put on a bathing suit on top of her other clothes. She just sighed at me the same way that I sighed when I came back in after putting her in her room. She was like, look, mommy. And I was like, go get daddy. And she went, oh my God. I love it. Yes, I finally met Ricky. Yes, that's true. So Crichton's character in Callisto is named Ricky the rat. And we kept being like, man, it would be so cool for our characters to meet, but there hadn't been a reason yet. And he was coming through Undercity to get to the wasteland, and heard me talking. Hi. What you doing? Hi.
Yes.
To do what, baby?
Yes. To hold my swimming past the mouth. See, I'm doing good. Balance.
Oh, yeah?
I'm fastest at swimming.
It looks like a little purse now. Mwah.
Good night.
Good night. I'll see you soon. Love you. We have a rule right now that in times like this gets really fuzzy. That the current rule is, because I talked to her for a couple days in a row and I was like, we need to make sure that if we're not sleeping, we're not using our Bibbit, right? Because we're big kids and we need to stop using our Bibbit so much. So let's only use the pacifier. So let's only use it when we sleep, right? She's like, okay. So she's been really good about like the second she's awake, she just leaves it in her bed, which is great. But like times like this where she like is kind of halfway wanting to go to sleep but halfway doesn't want to go to sleep, it's it's difficult because she's just walking around with it in her mouth. And I'm like, I don't think that this applies, honey. I know everybody calls them dummies here. We don't. We call ours DDs. I'm from America. I call them pacifiers. I feel like pacifier is feels like the like proper name, and I don't know anyone that calls them pacifiers with their kid. Like it'll be like Binky or Bibbit for us, or like it'll be something else, you know? Me and my partner call it a dumbass. It's very close to a dumbass, which makes me laugh. My parents called it a poodoo. That's weird. that one's weird. I've never heard that before. Yeah, she's been able to like ask for it like for a very long time because it's such an bibbit is like such an easy word for a kid to say. My parents hated dummies. None of us ever had one. I was a thumb sucker for a very long time. Sam was like really intense about pacifiers, like walked around with 4 of them. So both of us have been like, we don't think that there's anything wrong with them at all. But we're trying to encourage her to like naturally give it up. She gave it up on her own when she was pretty young and then went through a really bad teething stage. And no matter what we did, nothing helped her sleep except the pacifier. So we gave it back to her. So it sucks because she like had naturally given it up all on her own. And it just got so bad. The teething got so bad that we gave it back so that she could sleep. Are they mainly for dealing with teething problems? No. So pacifiers are something that you use along with like other methods to basically like create a calming sensation for a newborn. So there are things that you do to sort of like simulate what it was like in the womb, which is what they're used to when they first pop out, right? The noise, the swaying, because they're used to being in a body, right? So that's why they're rocking, all of that kind of stuff. And one of the things that is calming for them is sucking on a thing, because that's naturally what they want to do, because that's, you know, potentially, not for every baby, but potentially how they wind up getting fed. So pacifiers are part of like a group of things that you can try to do to soothe the baby. And some kids get really attached to them and it's like almost impossible. You have to like cold turkey, just take it away. Some kids give them up naturally around 2 years old, which is what Clark tried to do. And then it all went wrong. But yeah, she's at an age now where I feel like we can kind of like talk her through it. So yeah, there are plenty of kids. We have kids in our family that refuse to take it. I think both of Aaron's kids refused to use a pacifier. Whoa. Goodness. Yeah. I know a lot of people have done something along the lines of a dummy fairy. Yeah, that's true. They give pacifiers to bats, baby bats. That's true. I've seen a lot of videos of those. I want to bake, but I don't want to eat a whole cake. The struggle is real. Look up. There's a recipe that I found the other day. Look up twice baked honey cakes. Also look up The Hobbit. The Hobbit twice baked honey cakes. They're just tiny little twice baked honey cakes. I saw a tweet about something similar. The parents said they sent the dummy to Batman because he needed it, and the kid was 100% on board. Amazing. Mug cakes are also good. That's true. I make little mug cakes for Sam and I a lot. Whew. I feel very out of it. Understandable, given the amount of sleep I got. Just feel very out of it. um in Calisro right now, so we have like a bunch of new people, right? So for a while there, like the last couple of episodes, the Undercity has averaged like 19 or 20 people. Like there's just nobody there. And so there's been a whole new wave of people, and I went to log on and it was at capacity. It was like, if you don't have to be here, you need to leave, basically. And I was like, what the fuck? There was like 45 people in there. Wild. So, unfortunately, the Undercity is literally the only place that Moral does anything. So I was like, I don't know where else I would go. I have no reason to be anywhere else. So, yeah, and actually, like a kind of perfect thing happened because, well, I met Crichton's character finally, which was great, um, and yeah, we've wanted our characters to meet for a while, and I was in the hookah shop, and my coffee machine is there now. Fred delivered my coffee machine, so I have a coffee machine in the hookah shop now, and so next time I would love to like have a couple of other things. I would love each episode to have like one or two like new things. Um but yeah. So uh yeah, he came in and we had like this whole conversation, and again my like big my like big flaw is that I can't lie. So he kept asking me questions and I just kept answering them, and I was like, a lot of this is probably going to bite me in the ass. But what can you do? Um does the coffee machine have actual functionality in VR chat? So not yet. So like all of the other vendors, typically they have something that they're able to like replicate as many times as they need to like give to customers, right? So the idea is that I now have a coffee machine. So like in character, I'm learning how to make make coffee and turn the mushrooms into like a mushroom coffee, which is a real thing. And so potentially, like either next episode or the episode after, I would be able to offer coffee at the hookah shop. This is all like a really long game toward making like naturopathic medicine, basically. But yeah, so he showed up and we chatted for a while, and that was pretty fun. I showed them where the like huge spirit is that's trying to eat people. This is good. But then also, like, pretty much all of the leadership in Undercity has either left or is dead. So it was kind of perfect because we have all these new people, and the Sanctum, which is like this like magic hub, the Sanctum had a meeting, and originally it was only going to be like magic users, but they were like, you know what, I think everybody in Undercity should be here. And it turned into a conversation that was basically like, we should like establish a democracy. Like we should have like representatives from each area of the Undercity. We should create a council that's like voted for, and and then we can like we need to be able to protect ourselves a bit better and like trust each other a bit more. And I was like, damn, this is actually kind of a great thing to have happen when a bunch of new people have shown up. It's like established right off the bat, like we need to be like a community now because people keep showing up and killing us and we're not doing anything about it, right? So yeah, it's pretty tight. Moral did not throw their hat in the ring, side note. I love the Undercity. Would Moral die without his mushroom hat? I mean, the cap is part of Moral's body. It can grow back. Pretty much there's like a certain percentage of our bodies that as long as it still exists, we can just grow back. So have you heard about the new Warhammer Blood Bowl game? No. My ear is not to the grindstone of Blood Bowl stuff, to be honest. Like Cell, like Piccolo. Yeah, I'm Dragon Ball Z. I'm Dragon Ball Z now. Didn't you want to make an IRL hat like Moral's cup? Yeah. Yeah, I thought that would be fun. I still think that would be fun. There are tailors in Undercity now. There are 2 new characters that are like partners, and they have a tailoring shop, and I'm like, oh, I should go there and get different clothing. I think that would be really cool because like canonically all of Moral's clothing are clothes that they found in a dumpster. So I'm like, oh my God, I could go to the tailors in town and be like, hey, can you make me a thing? Which would be cool. I hope Moral meets Chadius. Where is Chadius? Who is Chadius? Who plays Chadius? No, we're discussing Callus Row, which is a VR LARP that I'm part of every Friday. Who'd you hang out with yesterday? Sketchy went to Wasteland most of the time. Yeah, I know. All of the myconoids have been at the Wasteland like a lot lately. I hung out. Was with Ricky, so Kraken's character, for a while, and then I was there for like the whole council meeting, which was a while. But it's nice because there's like pews in there, so you can literally just pull up your real chair and just sit in it. So yeah, just hung out and listened to that whole thing. At one point, my body bugged out really bad, and I'm like sitting there just chilling, and I casually look to the side and I see my neck is like over here, and I was like, what the fuck? My entire body was like, pew! So I just pulled my whole body backwards and then like recalibrated in the back of the room. But it's very funny. I was like, oh my God. But yeah. Yeah, just don't worry about it. So I was mostly in the sanctum and with Criken, and like met a few new people, and I tried to hang out at the hookah shop a lot yesterday because there were a lot of new people and a lot of the stores were still shut. So I was like, oh, I should leave my store open if I can, and then just hang out in there so that people can come in and like interact if they want to. So time to get new people high, dude. People kept coming in and being like, oh, it's food. And I was like, I mean, kind of. I mean, I guess. Yeah, and then Ricky, I was like, yeah, we make drugs, basically. And he was like, oh, interesting. What do you make them out of? You're like, they're mushrooms. This. Yeah, it's edible, so it sure is food, I guess. So, the hope is in the future I could develop like small like pain relief pots. So like when Sketchu and I were talking about it, the idea was that eventually Moral would have like a belt with like a couple little like glass vials attached, and I would be able to like grab a vial and it would like just create vials off of it, right? I would be able to like grab a vial and like give it to somebody, and have it like actually act as like an item that they can use. But I'm not at that point yet. Thank you. Yeah, I don't stream it. I've thought to myself, like, it might be, I don't know how much longer they want season 2 to be, but I've thought to myself, like, it might be really nice to just really establish, like, who Moral is and, like, what's going on there in season 2. And then whenever season 3 happens, like try to stream every time when season 3 happens. No, I don't stream it. It's very fun though. There's one of the things that makes it hard mentally for me to stream is that I'm always like kind of on edge waiting for my kid to wake up. It didn't happen last night, which was amazing. But almost every single time I do Calistro, at some point I have to like hard exit out of VR to like be with Clark, because Clark keeps waking up in the middle of the night. So yeah, Moral wants to eventually make medicine, because currently all of the mushrooms are like being used as drugs, right? But they all have like side healing benefits. So like one of them gets you super high but is also like a blood clotter, right? So there's like, so Moral keeps pitching to the other myconoids, like, what if we were able to take the mushrooms and like identify what about them is like has more of a healing property, right? So that's like what Moral really wants to do. And the like first step on that is, can I even turn mushrooms into other things? Can I turn it into coffee, right? So I've got the coffee machine there to like add another thing that we can sell at the hookah shop, and also to like start the like path for Moral of messing around with the mushrooms to try and do other things with them. But yeah. I love that some players literally have no clue what's going on. The immersion. Dude, when Ricky came in, he mentioned Talaris, and I was like, I don't know who that is. And there was a pause. And he was like, you don't know who that is? And I was like, nah. I have no idea who that is. That sort of shit is so funny to me. Are those roleplay things, or do the drugs actually do something in game? So a lot of the stuff is RP. The drugs, when you pick them up, if you there's activation buttons for items, right? So if you hit the activation button while you're right, all of the mushrooms make you see different colors. So in the actual game, you know that you've taken the drug if all of your colors get inverted, or if it's suddenly rainbow, or whatever. And it lasts however many seconds, but then you can RP beyond that. But yeah, it's very fun. So I've put all of my skill points into botany so far. But I think eventually I have to start putting points into medicine crafting, I think is what's going to need to happen, but I'm not totally sure. So yeah, Calistro is a lot of fun. It's very cool. Again, I don't stream it, but people like Sketchu do. Sketchu is one of the lead devs, and is also the person who made my model. And so I've been around Sketchu a few times. And yeah, yesterday I was on Kraken's because I met Ricky. Botany and medicine crafting is basically chemistry. That's what I mean, right? So there's this feeling of you really need to focus on a thing, but I feel like to do what I want to do with Moral, I need to have both, right? I need to have botany, which I now have 2 points in botany, but I feel like I also need to next, after it's every 8 episodes that you get a skill point. So I feel like the next time that I get a skill point, I need to put it into crafting of some kind. Yeah, it's all in VR chat. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty fun. Bye, Biptum. This sounds amazing. I kind of wish you streamed it. I know. I go back and forth every time. I'm like, should I stream it? No, I'm not going to stream it. Should I stream it? But yeah, the area that I'm in is very cool because it's all very Shadowrun kind of based. And the major aspect of Shadowrun is the kind of war between magic and cybernetics, right? And so the area that we're in is very magic focused, but we still have a bunch of what are called synths, a bunch of robot people and all kinds of stuff. And then there are creatures that are purely made with magic, like the myconoids, like the mushroom people. And yeah, but the higher you go, if you go to other maps that are more corporate. There's way more of like a cybernetic enhancement sort of vibe. One bad thing about Calistro is too many interesting characters. Everybody's got a really cool character, that's true. Every person I meet, I'm like, man, seems like you're doing some cool stuff. Well, I'm a mushroom kid and I don't care in character, so I'm going to keep walking. Is there combat? You can do combat, yeah. People get shot all the time. I think pretty much everybody who's died so far has gotten shot. I've wondered if everyone buys a model from an artist or if there are free models to use. I know people like Kelly just make their own models. Mine was made by Sketchu. Sketchu made all of the myconoids, I think. But yeah, it is an investment if you want somebody to like build a model from scratch, for sure. Yeah, if you wanted to get an idea and also see my character, you should watch Kriken, twitch.tv/Kriken, Criken. Kriken's most recent VOD is of Calistro. When are you playing It Takes Two tonight? Whenever we can get Clarky to bed. So we might start around like 8:30 or something. A lot of people are saying Twitter's down, yeah. Everyone has their own shit, or are they part of a group doing stuff? It totally depends on the character. Just like in real life, some people are doing shit all by themselves and other people are like, you know, trying to, you know, keep a group together. Some people have groups of friends, some people don't. I have a couple of people that I like kind of consistently talk to now as moral. I honestly don't see like Jimmy and them super often, but again, like they're devs and also like Kier is a DM and stuff, so they're all like working their asses off outside of the thing, so ah. Mobile might be fine. I mean, I can tell you if mine's working. Yeah, mine's loading fine. My phone one, at least. I hope you meet Manu if you hang out with Ricky again. We were messaging each other back and forth after Calistro last night. I was like, I'm so glad our characters got to meet. And he was like, I know, me too. And he was like, in character, Ricky has a reason to like definitely feel like sympathetic toward Moral, like based on what you told him. So he was like, Ricky might show up again. And I was like, all right. Because Ricky like pitched himself as somebody who could like help you out, you know? And so again, if I'm trying to like do a bunch of weird chemistry shit, I might be like, what can you do for me? The best character that you want to meet? I don't know. Best character that I want to meet. I've met everybody. Well, I'm sure that there are some new characters I haven't met, but I've met a lot of people in Undercity. And again, that's like the only place I go. That's where I live. It's where I work. I've been to the Row a couple of times because the noodle shop is there. But overall, I'm just an Undercity kid. So it would take like if I was gonna meet, what is Lawman's character named, Goldman? I can't remember. Goldman. If I was gonna meet any of those guys, or like Arix's character or any of that, it would take them coming to me. So Wasteland is supposed to have drug dealers, but they pieced out really quick after the start of the season. Whoops. Well, that was one of the things, that was one of the reasons that they did this whole new wave of characters, is not only because a bunch of people keep dying, but also because like people have swapped where they live so much that like, yeah, both Wasteland and Undercity had so much stuff that they needed like just to like operate. So like we have a blacksmith now, all kinds of stuff that we didn't have before, just with the new characters. So the last blacksmith kind of got shot, if I remember right. Yeah, that's I'm sure that's true. Oh, God. I'm excited to play more It Takes Two tonight, though. That game is so good. No spoilers. Don't spoil anything about the game, not even just a little bit. But is Moral interested in learning magic? Not at all. Not even a little bit. No. No, Moral is like um Moral like really hates scientists and doctors. Like hates them because he was like grown in a lab and all of this stuff. He doesn't trust them at all. He doesn't ever like people were literally getting shot in an episode and somebody was like, "Come on, you got to get in here." And it was a hospital and Moral was like, "No, I'm good." I like really committed. But uh but yeah, so I think that's one of the reasons that he's like very focused um on trying to like do medicine in a different way, if that makes sense. Yeah, It Takes Two. It's a co-op game that's like so good, and Sam and I felt very targeted by it because it's literally about, you play parents of a young girl, and one of you is English and one of you is American, and it's a puzzle platformer co-op game, and it's probably one of the best co-op games that we've ever played. So we were really excited to play more of it. I was like, "Are you getting asked when we're gonna play more It Takes Two like every day?" And he was like, "Yep." I was like, "I'm getting asked every day when we're gonna play more of that." He was like, "I know. People are enjoying it." It's such a nice feeling because like I feel like we haven't had people this excited about a thing that we've played together since Until Dawn. So yeah. But while we were playing, there were so many times while we were playing it that we were like, what the fuck is this? Like, why is this game literally targeting us? No, this is a bad chair. You should not buy this chair. It looks very nice. It's a good color. It's very soft. It's a bad chair. Don't buy it. I'm sorry. You and Sam have an entertaining dynamic when you play co-op because you go about solving puzzles differently. I guess that's fair. We definitely have different play styles. There's something inside the floor. Is it dirt? Hi, Marianne. That goddamn book. You mean Jesse Cox? Gamer motivation profile test? I have not. Is that a thing? Should I do that? Oh my god. Get your gamer motivation profile. What the fuck? Take the survey. It's super fun. We did it during our game studies. Yeah, it's called the Gamer Motivation Profile Test on Quantic Foundry. Getting past all the garbage ones, all the garbage questions, you know. Gender, age, get that shit out of here. Ask me the hard hitting shit. On a typical week, how many days do you spend at least 30 minutes playing a video game? Okay. Strong start. Each question is taking a long time to load. I think the website just crashed. What? Would you consider yourself to be a casual gamer, a core/mid-core gamer, or a hardcore gamer? I would say I'm a mid-core. You regularly play video games, but you're not super serious about them or competitive. It depends on the game, though. Hardcore is you're a dedicated gamer. You play seriously or competitively. It depends on the game, though. On average, though. On average, I would say I'm mid-core. Which of these platforms do you usually play on? Console, PC, Mac, smartphone, tablet, handheld console, or VR? PC. Oh, check all that apply. Wait, previous. Fuck. PC and then phone, I'd say. Well, I haven't played anything on my phone in a really long time. Do I usually play on just PC? If I'm being honest. Oh gosh, this is gonna go on forever. I'm gonna do the rest of this later. Dodger is a cottagecore gamer. Yeah, where's that? You're still around. I'm a fan from a long time ago. You look great, like how I remember you back in the day, but healthier. What got you into gaming in the first place? I look healthier now. That's a delight. Welcome. What's up? Yeah, I live in England now. I have a husband and a 3-year-old, and I'm in my 30s, and life is good. What got me into gaming is my brother and my dad. My dad to this day still plays Tetris all the time. And my brother was playing stuff like Super Mario and things like that, and I really wanted to play them with him, so that was that. But Tetris really was that was the one. Because Tetris was always playing in our house. It was always on. I have long meant to watch a Saturday morning DOOGER. I'm happy to be here. I wanted to say I'm slowly catching up on World of IO, and I adore A-List. Thank you so much. Thank you. I also adore A-List, but I'm biased because I play him. I did. Somebody was really mad about that. They said, I remember someone gave you an NES Mini and you said you would give it to your dad. I did. I did give it to my dad. Someone was like, I can't believe they sent Dodger this limited edition thing and she's just going to give it to her dad. Look, my dad uses an NES every fucking day. Every day. I would rather have a thing that gets used than a thing that sits on a shelf. So. Anyone else excited to get a haircut? Me, I had my hair consultation. That was yesterday. It went great. I was telling chat that like all of the people that I interacted with at this salon are gamers, which was very fun. The person who is probably going to be the one to cut my hair, I was describing what I want, and they were like, "Oh man, you want something like pretty anime?" I was like, "Yeah, I guess." And she was asking what I do, and I was explaining, and she was like, "Oh my god, honestly, I think my favorite games are like horror games." She was like, "I think probably my best gaming experience was the very first Dead Space game." I was like, "Go on." And then the lady at the front counter, who kept calling me my darling, which was adorable, and gave me like my skin tests and stuff, was like, "I just, I really love playing games, but like, I don't always do very well with the combat. I just want to play some games that are like, hard-hitting puzzle stuff." And I was like, "God damn, these are my people." This is great. Yeah. So a hair consultation is basically you go in and you say like, this is what I want. This is what I want to do with my hair. Do you think we can do it in one session or not, etc. And beyond that, they can also take that opportunity to like do a tester of your hair to see how well it bleaches, and also test their dyes on your skin to see if you have a reaction to any of them. So it's just like an easy way to get all of that shit out of the way. So yeah. So we did all that and had a lot of time to just sit there chatting while they were, putting like little dabs of dye on my arms. And I was like, this is nice. This is very pleasant. Yeah. So the thing is that right now, again, because everyone's desperate to get their hair cut, nowhere around me has any openings until like June. So I've made an appointment for June, but they've also put me on a short list that's like, if there's a cancellation, if somebody is getting a lot done to their hair and they cancel and we have the time, we'll call you. And so yesterday I was like, just FYI chat, if I get that call in the middle of a stream, I will abandon you. I will abandon you to go get my hair done. Look, it was a sub goal. Getting the hair done is a sub goal. Do you want it done ASAP or do you want it done in June? Okay. What's a reasonable price for something like that? For the whole haircut or for the consultation? Consultation is free. Reasonable price for a haircut differs depending on where you live. In Los Angeles, it was like in the hundos to get a bunch of stuff done to your hair. Where I grew up, it was like maybe $50. So it entirely depends on where you live and what the like going rate is and how much all of the salons have like bumped up each other's prices. So that's why I do my own. I'm going to be rainbow next week for my birthday. Oh, Telly, that's going to be tight. My last paid haircut was $9. Hell yeah. I think there's like a zit on the back of my neck that I keep messing with, which is probably going to make it worse. Look, I just want it. If I'm going to do this hairstyle again, I just want it to look good. So I'm going to a professional. That's all. I got my bangs done yesterday and whoops, it did not go well, but I guess it grows out in time. I've been there. Yeah. I've gotten many a haircut before where I was like, well, that's awful. But it's exactly what I asked for. It just turns out it doesn't look very good on me, so I'm going to just do what I can with this. Yeah, that's the other thing, right? As I said, I would keep the hairstyle for 10 weeks. So I don't want to do it myself and be like, that's awful. 10 weeks, here I come. Oh, pull ice, but I want to change stuff because it's fun and I like it. Hold on. Need more water. I was trying to see if I could chug that whole thing. It did not work. Oh, goodness. How have you been finding life in the UK? I mostly ask after you explained the concept of cookies, chips, and stuff to a person. Oh, to the person who's playing Luna. Yeah. I still haven't really, like... Hold on. So when we moved here, some people in chat haven't heard this story yet, okay? So those of you who have heard it a million times, just go do your own power stance and chug your own water, and I'll keep it short. But basically, basically, Sam and I moved here 2 Decembers ago, and I was going back and forth even after that, trying to get my visa sorted to like actually have my permanent residency card, right? So I finally have that done, and pretty much at the time that I was on my final flight coming back, is when stuff started to like get really dicey with COVID. And then, yeah, and then we, stuff started shutting down, and then we started talking about having our first lockdown, et cetera, et cetera. And, you know, fast forward to now, and stuff is opening again. People are finally getting vaccines, which is great. I really hope that this is all like a good upswing, touch wood. But this is all to say, I haven't gotten to really find out what living in the United Kingdom is like at all. Which is sad. Weather-wise, amazing. I love it. It's wonderful because I lived in a place where it rained all the time and then moved to LA for 10 years, and now I'm living in a place where it rains all the time again, and it's great. It's very dreary half the time. Perfect. But like culturally, I still don't really know what it's going to be like. So well, so I have a friend who is Canadian and moved here for a really long time. And the way that she says words mostly stayed the same, but the way that her sentences inflected was different. Her sentences sounded more English, but individual words didn't. And people have said that I've started doing that when I talk to Clark. I mimic kind of like English inflections in my sentences when I talk to Clark, who's my kid. So, yeah. Yes, Shannon is who I'm talking about. So, yeah. It's starting to happen to me. There's some words that I try to say the English word instead of the American word, and my sweet husband keeps being like, you don't have to do that. You're American. You can say the American word. People know what you're talking about. It's very sweet because I originally was doing it because I didn't want to confuse Clark. And Sam was the one to point out, like, there are kids that grow up learning two languages at the same time. She's going to be fine with knowing two separate words for a sweater, right? Like, you can say sweater and I can say jumper, and she can figure out that they're the same thing. Like, it's not a big deal. Basically saying, you're American, it's okay for you to be American around your own kid. Like, it's okay for you to use American slang around her. She's part American, so it's fine. So, yeah. What accent does Clark have? I think she sounds very English, but she says the thing I keep saying is that her vowel sounds, the way that she pronounces her vowels is very American. Your Twitch thumbnail right now is you back there doing stuff. Is it me in my power stance chugging water? What an incredible thumbnail. I hope it stays that way for a while. Oh, incredible. That's so great. I'm so happy. Yeah, and I'm currently teaching myself and taking like an online course for British Sign Language. So I keep using British Sign Language with Clarky, which has been very fun. She's picked up a couple of things, but only a couple. But I did this and I was like, what color is this? And she goes, oh, red. She remembered that, which is cool. Yeah, 7 years. We've been dating for 6 or 7 years, I think. I'm using my Saturday afternoon preparing my spell book for a D&D sesh tomorrow. My edgy, cool teenager self would be horrified. I ironed all of that paper that I got in Amazon packages to use to make D&D journals. So, welcome. Welcome to the club. I have no idea how long we've been married. 3 years, I think, because someone pointed out that we got pregnant with Clark almost immediately after our wedding ceremony. Our ceremony was not when we actually signed the papers. Like, legally, we were married before that, but, like, the ceremony is considered our wedding day, so. Yeah, so I streamed. If you want an ASMR stream, I streamed ironing the paper. And everyone was like, I don't know why she's ironing paper, but I like the crinkle noises. So why did you iron them? I'm interested. So a lot of packages, especially Amazon packages, have paper as like the packing material, right? Which is great. It's compostable, etc. It's a better option than like bubble wrap or something plastic, right? But somebody that I was watching a video and a person was like, yeah, I like upcycled that paper to use in like a bookbinding project. And I've been really interested in doing bookbinding. And I was like, oh my God, that's so smart. So I just started saving it. I had already been saving it for my worms for composting. And then I was like, oh, wait, but the ones that are like not ripped, that are like totally fine, I can just keep and then iron them out flat so that when I cut them to be like whatever page size, because otherwise the crinkles will make it so that it's difficult to bind them and have them be the right size, right? So if I just take the time to iron all of them out, then all of the, they'll still have some texture, some like crinkle texture in them, but they'll be flat and it'll be easier to say like, okay, this is how big the book is, So yeah, I love that you can just stream whatever random shit and people go with it. Yep. Yeah, and then the the offcuts, the pieces that weren't going to work anymore, I can still keep for my worms, so it's great. Clark is so cute. She started, she'll be eating and she'll take like bits of vegetables, and she'll go over to the to the composter and she'll put it in there for the worms. Adorable. And today she put a little piece of like red pepper in there or something, like bell pepper, and then put the hemp mat back on top and was like, because they don't like the light, they need the dark. And I was like, that's right, they like the dark. It's like, oh, she's learning. Very cute. I need to look up how to tell if we've fed them too much, because they have a lot of food in there now, and I don't want to overload them, and I definitely don't want the food to rot, right? So is Sam in the military? No. He's a streamer like I am. I love the Vim sweater. Thank you. Clark, every time I wear this, she goes, "Who is that?" My 3-year-old nephew stepped on a flower today and apologized to it. Oh my God. It's dandelion season, guys. Any foragers out there? It's dandelion season. I saw a video of somebody pulling dandelions out by the root and eating the root, and I was like, holy shit, I've never thought to eat dandelion root in my life. You can eat them? Yeah, you can eat dandelions just in general. Don't eat any by the road because things could pee on them. There's dirt kicked up from cars, etc. But if you like go foraging and you see dandelions, yeah, you can eat the flower. You can eat the root. Apparently, I had never thought to eat the root before. You can make tea. You can make some people deep fry dandelion heads. It's wild. Also, there's a trail that Clark and I have gone on a walk on a couple of times to see the sheep, and there's so many nettles out there, and I keep being like, maybe this is the year. This is the year that I finally make something out of nettles, because I haven't. Our last place, we had so many nettles in the backyard, and I never did anything with them. Yeah, you can make soup out. You can make a basically like a pesto out of it too. I don't know what a nettle is. It's a stinging plant. Um Apparently, I have not tested this, because if it didn't work and my fingers stung for the rest of the day, I would be so mad. But apparently, if you when you go to grab it, if you just squeeze it really hard, it won't sting you. Apparently. That sounds like bait, right? That's how I feel. But what I do know is that once you cook it, it doesn't sting you anymore. So it has like follicles. Would that be the right word? I'm not sure. It has like really like itty bitty little stingers, little hairs that sting you, that are all over it basically. So I think the idea is either you pinch it really hard and just like crush the crush the stingers, or you cook it and then it neutralizes all of it. So A lot of plant flavors that humans like, spice, mint, etc., was made to be gross and icky to herbivores. Humans are weird animals and like that stuff. Yeah. Dart. I feel like there's a tonal shift there. Remember when I tried a wild mint leaf? It was surprisingly nice. Dude, everybody out here is like, one of these days you're going to be walking through the woods and you're going to smell garlic and there's going to be wild garlic around. Has yet to happen. I would love to find some wild garlic. That sounds tight. Yeah, apparently there are lots of places in England that you can go, like deep forest walks, and you'll just smell garlic, and it means that there's wild garlic around. I do like mushrooms. Mushroom foraging is huge out here. People love it. Sam hates mushrooms. So it would not be an activity for the family, but there are like classes that you can take and stuff. Sam is right. Oh, my dad is a baker and makes artisan bread with wild garlic when it's garlic season. That sounds awesome. My brother used to hate mushrooms. My brother used to hate mushrooms, um, sour cream, a couple other things. And he'll like pretty much all of the things that he used to hate. I guess people have said that your palate changes every 2 years or something. But all the things that he used to really hate, he's fine with now, at the very least in like small quantities, you know? Yeah, I also didn't like sour cream for a very long time. I hated mayonnaise and I hated sour cream. And because I didn't eat either of them, I would get them mixed up sometimes. Because I didn't eat them and they looked identical. And I would forget what the difference was. Now that I eat both, I find that funny because I'm like, they're so different. They're completely different things. Oh, I'm growing coriander right now. It's in my. Well, Clark picked it out. Our old coriander plant bit the dust over the winter. Um, and Clark really wanted it. So I was like, okay, sure. We'll buy a coriander plant. Why not? Cilantro. Buy a cilantro plant. And so it's in our kitchen now, just chilling. Mm, coriander to some people literally tastes like soap. There's a gene that makes it so that either it tastes like normal delicious food or it tastes like soap. So, yeah. Cilantro and coriander are the same thing, right? I'm not getting those mixed up, right? Yeah. It's just called coriander here. It's called cilantro in America, but they're the same thing. So in England, they just call it all coriander. But in America, coriander is the seeds and cilantro is the leaves, but it's all the same plant. Um, Here, from what I can tell, it's just all coriander. I need help. How do you deal with Clark or Charlie when they keep asking you questions nonstop? Help. And they keep asking questions nonstop. I'm trying to think. If so, sometimes Clark gets in a mood where she asks the same exact question over and over and over again, and I get really boring with her because she'll ask it a second time and I'll answer it normally, and she'll ask a third time and I'll go, I think you've already asked me this question. Do you remember what the answer was? And she gets so annoyed. And sometimes, hilariously, sometimes she'll go, sometimes she'll say, but mommy, I just really want to ask the question. And I'll go, okay, that's fine. You can ask the question. I'm not going to answer it though, because I'm like doing other stuff. So she'll just sit there and ask the question over and over again, even though I don't respond. I don't know if that's helpful or not, but that's what we did. She's very on it. Oh my God. Today, she found a snack in Sam's office. I really need to just like set up a snack station for her, like an area that because I don't mind snacking. I think at this point, it's just kind of like, if they're healthy snacks, I don't really care. So I feel like I need to set up like a snack station for her and just be like, if you ever want a snack, you can come get it here, right? Right now, she tries to do that with Sam's office. She'll go in there and she'll find something that Sam has in his office to snack on, and she'll bring it out. And so today, she like came out and had like a chocolate oat bar thing. And I was like, honey, we're literally making lunch right now. So how about we put that back, especially because daddy's not awake and you can't ask him if you can have it. Because, you know, it is his. And she was like, Mommy, don't follow me. And started to walk away. And I was like, are you asking me not to follow you because you're going to go eat it? And she was like, yeah. She's so honest. It's amazing. I was like, okay, I am going to follow you then. It's very funny. Got red-handed by herself. I love it though. I hope that she continues to do that, cuz like sometimes when she cries, I'm still, for whatever reason, I'm still able to be like, are we crying for pretend or are we crying for real? And sometimes she'll go, for pretend. I'm like, great. Thanks for being honest. Thanks for being honest that you're fake crying right now. That's great. That's good information for me to have. She's pretty great. Yeah, for pretend. We always say pretend. We don't say lying, or like, we don't ever call her a fibber or a liar, or say like, you know, like any of that sort of stuff because it feels so aggressive. So a lot of the times if she's like crying and we think that she's kind of like putting it on, you know, to like try and get something, or she's just angry and she just like wants to cry, sometimes she'll literally say like, I just want to cry, and I'll be like, I get that. Get that, go for it, baby. But yeah, we'll say pretend. Like, are you pretending? Are we pretending to cry right now? And most of the time she'll be like, yeah. So, but yeah, if, you know, oh my gosh, today she asked me if she could paint her nails, and I was like, okay, well, yesterday you got to paint the nails, and it was a disaster, but it was very fun. It's like, yesterday you got to paint the nails, so how about I'll paint the nails today? And she was like, okay. So I did one hand and it went fine. And then I went to do the other hand and she was like, I want to do them. We should do them together. You have to share. You need to share with me. We can do it together. And I was like, okay, honey, last time we did nails, we got it all over the table and stuff. And you said that I could do them today. So how about I do the rest of them today? And then next time that we do nails, you can do them, and we'll like set up properly for you to do them. And I wasn't even completely done talking, and she just went, no! She just fucking snapped. And just like, no! And I was like, whoa. I said, okay. How about I was like, would you prefer that we just don't do the rest of the nails? Like, do you just not want me to do your nails? And she was like, no. It's like, okay. Then we'll have Clarky do nails another time. Does that sound okay? And she was like, okay. So now she has one hand with pink nails and one hand with nothing, and she's super fine with it. Oh, my sweetheart. Oh. And now I'm starting to get a headache. Is it from chugging the water? Maybe. It might be. I might actually end early and try to like get rid of this headache and rest a little bit before Clarky gets up. But we are streaming again tonight, doing more It Takes Two with Sam. So that'll be very fun, and I'm sure that'll be another really long stream. So that'll probably be like 8:30-ish BST. Oh, yeah, it's called Miss Nella. They've got lots of different colors. It's all peel off. It's non-toxic, hypoallergenic. It's so kid-friendly. It's wonderful. So if you have a kid that's like really interested in nail polish, it's a very good option. They've got like kind of sheer, like shimmery ones. There are ones that are more opaque. So yeah. I gotta be honest with you. I did not have your rewards open for the entirety of Saturday Morning DOOGER. So give me a sec to open that and see what's going on here. Are we finishing the motivation quiz? No, I'm not gonna finish that on stream. It's too long. Okay. Raid leader is unpaused. Oh, great. That happened very quick. And Warner, thank you for the 17 months. Annie Phases for the 3. High Preeth for the 2. Nordenir for the 55. Sophie Saws for the 3 years. Happy anniversary. Thank you so much. Morgenstern for the 11. Basmandius for the 37. Severed Myopsida. Thank you for the 4 years. Happy anniversary. Torgrick, thank you for the 54. Zur for the 76. Mizu Noise for the 40. Eshid Cal for the 38. Meow Say Meow for the 34. Math Guy for the 5. Avilis Farthuk for the 26. Leisure Wave for the 40. Epic Yeti for the 3. Tyroglyphus for the 37. Shiren for the 66. Thoughtful Walrus for the 23. Captain Kadzi for the 6. The one and only Stevie for the 73. Kiera for the 32. Thank you all very, very much. I appreciate it. I'm sorry that this is a shorter stream today for Saturday Morning DOOGER, but again, we'll be doing another long stream tonight. So, no, I haven't played Wingspan yet. Haven't played it yet. I should play it digitally so that I get the opportunity to play it before I'm able to like have people play it with me. But yeah. We also had a Valentine at the start of the stream from Junior is Junior that says, love to you all. My apartment move is today. I'm super nervous, but so excited to move into the next phase of my living situation. May all of you have the best success and achieve greatness at whatever is the next step in your lives. Thanks for the good vibes. Duh. And to those of you who were like, I haven't been here in a long time, or I haven't watched you since YouTube, or any of that sort of stuff, or I saw you on a D&D thing, and so I came by to say what's up. All of that. I appreciate that so much. Thank you very much for coming to check us out. Our community is super sweet. We have a very nice, chill Discord. We would love it if you came back, to hang out. So maybe we'll see you tonight, or maybe just another time in the future. But either way, thank you all. Okay, birthday stream for Deck. Go say hi. Yeah, I'm gonna go on a picnic later with my family. It should be very fun. But in the meantime, I'm gonna get rid of this headache and chill a little bit. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.